Hi, I'm Laura. Welcome to my homestead kitchen. Today I want to show you how I'm going to deal with all of this goose meat Ed brought home for me. We have legs here we're gonna can up, and then we have all of this breast meat that we're gonna use as well. So I'll show you how to can goose meat in this video. So we're gonna be using a raw pack method. I like doing that the best. I don't like cooking my meat before I can it. It just makes things a lot simpler just to do the raw pack. So I'm going to grind up all of this breast meat so that I have more of like a versatile meat to use. You could just raw pack it, slice it however you want, and then put it into jars. But I'm gonna grind mine up. So I'm gonna get that done. I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so for the goose breasts, I've just sliced them in half so that they can fit in here. So I'm just gonna put these through. I'm going to save the tenderloins. So you can see this goose breast is chopped up, but then this is like the tenderloin. So I'm gonna try cooking those separately. I'm not gonna grind them. I'm gonna save them for a meal. Okay, so I have all of this ground up. I should weigh it just to see how much it is. Ed did 6 geese. So besides I have 8 legs in these jars, all the rest of the legs and the breast meat I cut up and have in this bowl. So it's 11 pounds, just over 11 pounds of meat in here from 6 geese plus this. So let's say like 12 pounds of meat. It's pretty good, right? So I have my quart jars here, a wide mouth jar. So I'm gonna just pack my meat into here, this ground meat. Kind of press it down and fill up this quart jar. If you have a smaller family or you're just a single person, I would do like maybe a pint jar if you're gonna do this. But because I have a large family, I can easily do a quart and we'll use it for a meal. So when you're done canning this meat will just be ready to eat. You could eat it straight out of the jar. I like to just take it out of the jar and put it in a pan and fry it up with onions or whatever, for whatever you're making. So we're gonna leave our 1-inch headspace in there. And then we're gonna put salt in those. Okay, so I have, let's see, 5 of these jars of ground and then 2 of these leg jars. I have a little bit left in here. I'll just use that for supper tonight. I won't bother putting it in anything. Okay, so the next thing we need to put in these jars is salt. So in each of these jars, we're gonna put 1 teaspoon of salt. And then we're gonna put a teaspoon of salt in both of these leg jars. The only difference we're gonna do with the leg jars than these ground meat, I'm gonna put a bay leaf in, that's optional. You could put other spices or whatever you wanted in those leg jars as well, but I like to just, when I'm ready to use the jar of meat, I'll just pull it out and add whatever I want after I take the meat off of the bones. And these 2 leg jars, we're just gonna fill them with hot water. So the water's kind of settling out to the bottom there. You can use a butter knife to make sure there's no air bubbles. Okay, so then we're just gonna put our lids and rings on. I like using these 4 jars lids because I can get them in bulk for a cheaper price. So you're just gonna put that lid on, screw on your ring finger tight, and then it's ready for the canner. Yeah, so these ground meat jars, you don't put any water or anything in, it's just the meat and salt. And then it's ready for the canner. So you could do this with any other type of meat. Doesn't have to be goose. You could do it with venison, moose, beef, pork, whatever you want. Okay, so we're gonna get that in the canner. I have my All-American pressure canner here. So I have one of these in the bottom. I'm gonna put in 4 cups of water and get it heating up. So I'll put it on high. And then I'm gonna put my jars of meat in here. Okay, so then we just put our big old lid on. We have this arrow here. Match it up with the indentation on the side of the canner. You just gotta make sure that it's level so no steam can escape. Put your knobs up and then tighten the knobs across from each other so that you don't make it out of level. Then when there is steam escaping from this for 7 minutes, you can put your weighted gauge on 10 pounds. And when your canner gets up to 10 pounds pressure, then you can start timing it, and you'll can it at 10 pounds pressure for 90 minutes before you shut it off. So the canner has been done for a while now, so I'm just gonna take out these jars and show you what this goose looks like. So this is the ground meat, and you can see that liquid, that'll stay pretty runny on the goose meat. On other meat, if it's like a fattier meat, it'll kind of gel up more. But on this ground goose, there's no bones in it or anything, so there's not that like gelatinous factor or fat to like stiffen it up. Yeah, so when you go to use this, it's already cooked. So I just use a butter knife. You can drain off the broth and use it for something else, or put it in whatever you're making. Yeah, so you just use a butter knife and scoop out the meat, break it up in your frying pan, add your onions and garlic or whatever for whatever it is that you're making. Okay, so then this is the goose legs. So you can see there's a little layer here, that's fat. And then because there's the bones in this, the broth will kind of gel up more as it cools down. So for this goose legs with the bone in it, when I go to use that, I'll take out the leg and then peel all the meat off of the bones. And then you can chop it up and use it in like a meatloaf or stir fry or whatever like that. So tomorrow I will check to make sure these are all sealed, take my rings off, clean up the jars a bit, and then store them in the pantry for future use. So I hope you liked that video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will put links in the description if you want to see Ed's hunt video of the geese, or if you want to see how he cleans the geese. He did a little video on that, how to clean a goose. Next up, I think for goose meat that you'll see is how I do goose jerky. So keep your eye out for that, and we'll see you next time.